Let Hamilton be your experts. At Hamilton, we take the frustration out of your business tech issues with managed IT solutions. We specialize in co-managed and fully managed IT. Does your business need better managed IT? Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. There's nothing quite like the Mercado by certified Piedmontese beef. Anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their other quality pork, chicken, a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday feast menu. Stop in at the or visit mercado.com. Link more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and the ticketfm.com.
The Ticket Water Cooler.
There were a lot of situations where all you needed was that kind of 2-minute drill.
That was it.
Nebraska never was able, under Scout Frost, really get one of those things going.
The 2-minute drill and the ability to move productively, move the ball, has been a complete failure for Nebraska over the last few years. I think a big part of being successful in that is having a quarterback that can move. And we know Jeff Sims can probably get out of a lot of situations.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There it is, my good people. You see him sneaking out the back door. That's East Drake jumping out the back, man. Like Kojak, man. He like a little raccoon that just came in and stole all my garbage, ate all my food or something, man. But this is Old School, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin on the ones and twos. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, located at 84th and Havelock, and a second location at 30th and Yankee Hill. There it is. This has been a week. I don't even have to worry about it, even if I get it wrong. Before we jump into it, text line, we need you to get active. The great people down at A1 Automotive and in particular, Kendall Warnock is giving away a $50 gift card to Walmart for back to school supplies. On the text line, we need you guys to nominate people and give a look a quick story, and we will read them online at the last segment of the 5 o'clock or the last segment before 5 o'clock here. So in about 30 or 40 minutes. So we make sure you get that in. Somebody you can think of, somebody that needs whether a little assistance or just somebody that just really deserves it and had a really good summer. If you have some kids that had a really good summer, both action wise and maybe sports, or if they exceeded expectations in some summer school. So anyways, we are on a Tuesday. It is August 8th. We are 23 days away, 23 days and about 2 hours and let me see what my math is, 41 minutes away from kickoff in the Matt Rule era, but it's been kicked off in particular with obviously different coaches, different players that have been up there. Ed Foley was able to hold court and was up there for quite a while. And then also they released like their Hard Knocks version, YouTube inside look at the athletic department. Obviously one of the highlights that they saw or had, on social media was John Cook speaking to him, Matt Rule speaking to him as well. And then also, they had the water balloon fight. I think the biggest thing, the water balloon fight, that was just, that's kid games. But the reality was to have John Cook come and talk to them about learning how to win, what it takes to win, I think was huge, because I don't think that connection was there, or the connection had been lost the last couple of years in the previous staff. So, you know a winner when he walks in, right? John Cook is, when you're a winner and you're a good coach and a great coach, I shouldn't say good, that'd be disrespecting, a great coach, a great representative for the state of Nebraska, and he's as big of coach across the nation in the volleyball, spectrum than anybody, and has lived with and learned and dealt with the expectations of the number one program, year in and year out, or thought to be in the volleyball. So there's a lot of things not only this present staff can learn from him, but the players can learn from John Cook as well. And you can see that they were, trying to really listen and take it all in. And I think it was a good person to have come talk to the team, because he's been able to watch this team and watch this football program from a very close and unique perspective, right? So what winning is, and the things that he built the Nebraska volleyball program to the the magnitude that it is, and the things that he does inside their volleyball locker room or practices or whatever, those are the same things that are transferable to football, basketball, or any other sport. It doesn't change. It's not like he said, hey, look, we won because nobody shows up to practice, nobody works hard, and we don't hold them accountable. We just, just roll the volleyball out there and eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and go out there and play. He has a standard for when these young ladies come on campus and meet with him, meet with the assistant coaches, and understand what the practice and the expectations are day in and day out.
Do we miss on John Cook and the fact that, so for 4 of the young ladies on the world level, Team USA all chose the University of Nebraska, even with All-Americans already in play, even world caliber players already in play, already on the roster.
Well, no, you don't miss anything. I mean, it's
like there's got to be some
Cook
reason.
He's a great coach, but what he does is he goes into he's no different than Coach Osborne. He goes in there and he knows. I mean, how do you think Coach Osborne was able to recruit Grant Wistrom? He was the number 1 defensive player in the whole nation, period, coming out of high school. Dante Jones and Dwayne Harris were starting. You got to go in there and
what does it take? What does it take?
It takes, you got to be authentic. Okay. You got to be honest, and you got to be a man of your word. And you got to, and you got to have some vision, I mean, and then also you got to recruit the right, in his case, right young lady, in Matt Rule's case, the right young man, because I can't speak for John Cook, right? But I can almost guarantee there's some All-Americans coming out of high school that he chose to bypass recruiting, or it just didn't work out because he knew personality-wise that they might not fit in. Mark Manning sat there when he came in there one time and told us that. He, you know what he does? He lets them go with the players, and then he talks to the player or to his wrestlers and finds out, like, do you think he can fit in here? So not everybody's a fit at Nebraska. PJ Flex, not everybody is not. Nebraska's not for everybody. Minnesota's not for everybody. Playing here at Nebraska isn't for everybody, because you could be an All-American in a club team All-American in volleyball, or a 7-on-7 All-American, and you just want to go to a place to where they told you, what, DP, when you come here, we are just going to make the sculpture for you to be outside the stadium, and we're going to throw you 60 balls. And you get here, yeah, you might play and stuff like that, but you don't get any better. And then you leave college, and you're the same players that you walked in the door, the same one you leaving. And let's just say that you somehow get to the NFL. Well, the first time you face competition is when you facing grown men that are playing for checks. Whereas if you drop a ball or you get coached hard, you don't know how to handle it. Then you view everything we talked about with Austin, talked about Eric Benjamin. Then you view it as like, oh, it's a culture shock. Being held accountable is a culture shock.
So
to some people,
paying attention to today's coaching presser, coaches and players all spoke to, well, it's about being around winners. And they kept repeating it. The season is about being around winners and determining what a winner is. Because I think a big problem is that you can talk to 40 people and the answer to what defines winning for you changes.
Well, yeah, it depends. And it depends. And that's where you have to, well, you know what? We're going to go to break because this is a answer. This is a comment that can't be 2 minutes.
Okay.
This is old school. We're going to go to break. We're going to talk about a definition of winner, and we're going to talk about the difference and how it's changed. What DP is. We've had this whole list of Austin asked what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to jump into what Isaac Gifford said because he told you a lot of things without saying it. I'm telling you, man, if you just listen to people, they will tell. I'm telling you, they will tell on themselves and tell on people like no other. But we're going to talk about why what DP's really asking me, folks out there. And this is why DP's a veteran and knows what he's doing because he knows how to pull this out of me, right? He's like, you know what DP's like? He's like, I love Star Wars. So he's not Darth Vader. What's the old dude that used to shock people with the electric?
Palpatine.
Yeah, that's what DP is. He just takes it, brings it out of you. He's like, you're coming to the dark side. He's bringing me to the dark side because I'm going to talk about how the expectations. Yeah, and you can see it, and you can see him in that hood too. Look at, he got his hat low,
all black, the hat like the hood. Oh yeah.
Talk about how the expectations in winning has changed, and then you get the bottom out, right? Really, you thought the Mike Riley era was the bottom? No, we went a little bit lower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we went all.
Michigan was rock bottom.
Which one? Which game? Last year?
One.
Oh no.
That's what we were told. That was rock bottom.
No, the snow and the thumping. No,
which Michigan game? Up there, the Frosty
up there.
That was just a reality check.
hurt.
That was a really check of like, yeah, these dudes from the Big Ten,
they're different.
They can run a little bit. That dude that's 240-pound linebacker, pick him up, put him down.
Yeah.
Anyways, DPJ Foreman, we're going to break. We're going to talk about winning. Next segment. It might be 45 minutes long, but we're going to try to keep it to 10. Jay Foreman, DP, we'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com. Visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Bearschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Bearschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
IT projects piling up again? Managing IT can definitely be frustrating. Whether you have an in-house IT department or you manage it yourself, let Hamilton be your experts. At Hamilton, we take the frustration out of your business tech issues with managed IT solutions. We specialize in co-managed and fully managed IT. Does your business need better managed IT? Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Donnie Nelson kind of was doing a little, backyard boogieing with
Business
Mark,
on the side.
with Mark Cuban in the back rooms. Moves are being done and things are happening to which you don't really know about. That seems to me what happened in this situation. Things were going on, conversations was being had at the high levels, and you're not in on the party.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Break 4:32, so we got about 13 minutes. Again, on the text line, our great partner Kendall Warnock down at A1 Automotive, who does a great job and very cost effective, and they do put hopefully a good game plan for your car, just like he's done mine. Has donated a $50 gift card to Walmart, and we need you guys on the text line to text in and nominate somebody you feel that would put that to good use. Back to school is coming up. I think some schools are starting Thursday, and I think LPS is starting on Monday. I feel sorry for you kids that you got to stop being hungry 24/7, and you actually got to go back to school. Man,
yeah.
All that time running around the streets.
Well, this was the thing. Kendall came in earlier and he told the story, and I said, "Look, I'm at heart, I'm still a poor kid. Like I got a poor kid's heart,
right?"
And I remember what it felt like to not have money, to get dished up for a new school year,
right?
We had the old-fashioned school lunch tickets that you had to have, like they look like those raffle tickets,
right? Yeah.
Right. You had them, and they had a number sequence, and everybody else would go up and throw cash on the counter to the lady, and you got to try to slide that ticket so folks don't know that you don't have any money.
Right.
Those days is why, and people, God bless people like Kendall, who said, "Listen, I can't do it for everybody, but I can do it for some."
Right.
And if we can find people, and we can give away 2 of these over the course of this hour, if we choose to do so. One, and just for forward thinking sake, Thursday will be for teachers. So teachers that you can nominate them for Thursday.
Right.
And we'll ask you again. Today, it can be, quite frankly, it can be somebody in need. Let me lead with that. Not of greed, but in need.
Yeah.
There's a difference. And if you can think of somebody who, quite frankly, they don't have a lunchbox, or they need school supplies, or they can go buy 2 pair of jeans or something. if you can think of those people, we're not trying to embarrass them. You don't have to put their name in it in the text. We can get that information from you later. But
Right.
just tell us the story, and we'll choose 2 people in the course of the next hour, and we will try to make somebody's. They will be able to pick up the cards on Friday so that they can go and get what's done. And if there's a need, a specific need to do it now, we can facilitate that as well. And then Kendall Warnock also issued a challenge to other businesses. So if you have your own business out there, or you're sitting in a position of financial freedom where you can donate some, you know what? We're open to that as well. If you want to donate some additional gift cards, you can go pick up the gift cards, or we can do it electronic. You figure it out, and we will make sure some additional families and young people have a better first day than they would normally. So
yeah, it's big, man. The first day of school is always something, man, and I don't think the supplies is so needed so much because of the different areas of Lincoln. I didn't really know that as far as the support they get. So definitely anything that you can do in the nomination are definitely needed. So you got about another 20 minutes to do so, and then obviously you have other options later in the week. But we were talking about winning and what does it mean and why has it changed, and in particular, really it's changed because I think like Nebraska a lot at times way long ago when we were winning at a pretty decent clip, it became accustomed to it so much, and it became not fun, right? It became, I won't say too easy, but it's just like, okay, rinse and repeat. Nebraska be close or in the national title hunt. When you go on a 5-year, 6-year run of essentially you control your own destiny, you start to really lose a sense of reality. And then the college football changed, right? And so instead of being steadfast on what you do, Nebraska changed its identity, and a coach came in there and ripped the core of Nebraska, which is winning out of it, right? Well, then the shift, when that happens, the idea of a winner and all that stuff and expectations change. Well, along with that, then you became, okay, well, then we can focus on what we, can be perceived as winning, which is maybe like academics and things that, everything opposite of what you did before. On top of the landscape of college football changed, meaning more TV stations, more opportunities for people to be seen. So Jay Foreman doesn't necessarily have to come here and wait. I could go to Illinois and still be on a national TV just as much. What's the difference? Because Nebraska is not up there in the top 10 as much. Well, that goes on for 10 years. Well, also what happens is that's a decade, and then therefore the fans change, right? So you say if you're an 8-year-old when Jay leaves, by the time that changes, you're 18, so your perception of winning, and which rightfully so, everybody would give their their right hand or right arm for consistently winning 9 games right now. But that's not truly winning. That's surviving. Okay. Winning. Because you're not, when you can win and it could be a toss up against like opponents that are doing the same things you're doing, that's when you're winning. Because you're not going to get to the mountaintop without losing. Alabama ain't going to win every game, but they're winning. You know what I'm saying?
Program.
Right. And their expectations are going to be ramped up to the utmost. And that's what John Cook is talking about. He's not going to win a national championship every year, but he's created a winning culture that when over time, it's you're going to be producing winning people, winning seasons or teams, and you're going to be a winner. You can't change it because USC won and they had a good year run with Reggie White and Lindo White. Well, now all of a sudden, no, we got to do that here. Until you have all them dudes here, you can't do what they do. Do what you do. That's why Iowa's got to where they're at, where they're consistently winning. Are they the best? No. But they're thought of as a winner, and they're respected as a winner because they've stayed steadfast in what they do.
They get more from what they have. Winning is different for each person.
It is, but
for each person, each team, each program.
It is.
Like in each organization.
Sure, it should, because the winning at Colorado, like being from 1-11 and nobody wants that job, and you've had numerous former alumni go there with no financial support, no fan support, or just like if you take UCF, when you go from 0 wins to 6, you're winning, right? But when we're talking about here is when you're winning, then you know what winners do? And here's if you want the best example of, and you talk about Bill Belichick, he looked at it and he always looked at what you did well. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. He's not going to draft you or pick DP or Austin up in free agency and focus on and look at you, man. You know what? DP's not 6'5" tight end. He's only 6'2". Well, you knew that before you called him up on the phone and flew him in here twice, right? You understand? But here's what he do. He separates. He can make 50-50 catches. He's a great locker room guy. He's one to play special teams. Heck, you had one Troy Brown, who was ultimately wanted to be on the football field and was willing to learn how to play defensive back because he lost his spot as a receiver, right? So instead of them having to go pick up another defensive back that they got to teach the Patriot way, teach him how to play in their or be in their locker room, he just said, you know what, I'll go ahead and learn. He knows coverages. He's been playing in the league forever at that point in time. You think he don't know what cover 2 is? You think he don't know so it's just how you think and how you do it and how you like look at people.
That reminds me. It's the Brett Favre story about cover 2, and he got all the way to the Atlanta Falcons without knowing what cover 2 was. He got all the way to the Atlanta Falcons, and nobody ever stopped him. He goes, cover 2, like, they keep saying cover 2. What are you talking about?
Cover 2, there's 4 guys out here.
He's like, what are you talking about? So it's always a point of reference. It's Gino Auriemma at UConn saying, I only recruit the hardest working people. He said, because I don't want to have to teach you to work hard.
Right.
I can teach everything else. What I refuse to accept or even be around is people who don't work at 100%.
Right.
And that winning for UConn. That's how a program becomes that. I'm pretty sure Nick Saban has a list of things that define winning for Alabama, let alone him himself.
Right.
Belichick defines winning as I simply have to do better than the work I put in consistently. He said, that's winning for me, that I'm doing the stuff that it's difficult for me consistently. And I'll get better if I do that. Winning for Nebraska, 10 wins a season. At some point, somebody deemed that was not winning. And it changed everything since then. Well, if you were winning 10 games right now, they'd be parade on O Street. Right?
Yeah.
At absolutely.
About 9 wins?
9 wins,
Yeah.
10 wins. Winning has to be defined. And I think most people just don't. Everybody has a different idea of what winning is. Like some people are saying, winning will be a 500 season.
Is winning more than you won last year.
Getting better.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to go from 3 wins, 4 wins to consistently winning like 30 games in 3 years. That's just not. I mean, it just normally doesn't happen. The competition is way too thick. Now, your winning and your idea of winning needs to probably change as your team should get better. You should never stay stagnant. And maybe that's why they were making those decisions, but you have to make those decisions. And then also you have to look at the person that you got controlling it, which is pulling the strings, and then you go from there. You got Nebraska's biggest problem when they were hiring some coaches, they didn't look at the person, they looked at the record.
Well, because they assume the winning record means you're getting the maximum out of what you have available to you. Sometimes 10 wins is you're playing below where you should be. Sometimes you should be winning 12 games and you only win 10 or 9. That's a different thing altogether. I think once the people in leadership decide what that is, and then the fans accept it. The fans accepting it is such a big part of today's game. And Jake, you can speak to it. Like you, in your mind, know when your guys you put in a practice plan, you've taught them drills, and then they go out and ball out. You know whether your guys played winning basketball or not, even regardless of what scoreboard said. But some parent could come up and go, "Hey, Jay, what's up, man?"
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, that happens all the time. But you can also play winning basketball and lose.
Yeah,
you can 100%. You can play winning football and lose. We played winning football, and we played the Vikings, and they had a guy named Randy Moss, and we lost. Sometimes they got something that you don't have, and that's the way it is. But the more,
you're right.
The more you play winning football, the better off you'll be. I think people around here generally will be okay with winning football. What hasn't been around here is winning football. Where did that come from? Where did that change? Expectations. I think sometimes you got to the point where you can't coach the kids, hard. Well, see, that's where also that's where you lose, right? here's what I would ask you for people out there. How can Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, Dabo Swinney, and Jim Harbaugh, Ryan Day / Urban Meyer, and any other successful teams out there have 5-star recruits that literally have more thoughts and legitimate thoughts about where I'm going to college to set me up to go to pros? Because their height, weight, speed is already developed. They are bigger, faster, stronger, and they are just ready. They're just like Julio Jones. Everybody knew he was an NFL receiver, just all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So how does all those strong personalities, right, that coach you very hard, right, and are very demanding. Every single one of them are very demanding. All right. How can they do it, but we can't do it here? Yeah. That's what I would ask people, like, and I never got an answer. You get, but this is no. Give me an answer. Because to be honest with you, those guys have more reason not to be coached hard, because they legitimately can say, you know what? Then I won't go here. I'll go to Georgia. I'll go to Clemson. I won't even go any of them. I'll just go to South Carolina and be the number 1 receiver and get a numerous round of catches. I don't need to hear this from a receiver coach. Never could get a straight answer. Once you start doing it, once what this coaching staff is doing, start to do that, then you'll have everybody else get in line, and they'll be like, you know what, this ain't changing, and this is for the betterment. When you kind of waver, especially from the beginning, you can't be soft and then you can always soften up. Nick Saban softened up. The stuff that Nick Saban has done to continue to be successful has let you know he's softened up. I'm telling you, I have talked to D'Amico Ryans, and I've talked to players that played with him in his first camp. They said, Jay, this is the hardest thing that I've ever been through in my life, because he weeded all those guys out in the first spring ball. It was a mass exodus. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have to do. And, we'll see what happens. And so they're in the thick of things. After this break, we're going to, I guess, make decisions on the first, $50. And then at the top of the hour, we're going to talk about the 2 things with college football. We got a lot. Yeah, Evan Cooper talking about his defensive backs. Want to get DP's perspective on that, because when he says he doesn't define corners and safeties, I want to ask you about that, and Austin. And then I want to ask you about the possibly 10 in with the expansion, 10 conference games, if you think it's good or bad, and what it will do to the Northern Illinois and all that stuff. So Jay Foreman, DP, after this break, we're going to give away $50. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock, or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Day by Day is the new documentary about Tom Osborne and the Nebraska Cornhuskers' decades-long pursuit of a national championship. Featuring interviews with former players and coaches, as well as famous fans like Peyton and Archie Manning, Larry the Cable Guy, and numerous NCAA and NFL legends. Day by Day is the riveting, untold story of one of the most dominant, celebrated, and controversial football teams ever. Opening in theaters on August 11th, visit daybydaymovie.com for details.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Priced Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come with both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Summertime is in full swing, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, your local deck experts.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Our lives only have so much time, but if you smoke, you have less. Your life could be 10 years shorter, and the time you do have is often filled with health problems, shortness of breath, asthma, COPD, and cancer. But the minute you quit, your body starts healing.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com. Visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a slight chance of rain, otherwise partly sunny skies expected. We'll see a high around 84. Night showers and storms are likely. We'll see a low around 66 tomorrow. Another chance for showers and storms in the morning. Otherwise, we'll see some clearing take place. High should top out around 81. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back after the break. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin on the ones and twos. Got some activity on the text line. DP, I'm gonna let you handle this, man. You know, you're a veteran at that, man. So we're gonna let DP pick the first winner.
Yeah, there's a lot. I want to read this one because again, Kendall Warnock not only stepped up, but then he put his chest out and raised his chin up and then challenged other folks to donate to the cause and to be a part of what we're doing. And again, there are folks who are struggling. There are folks who, you know, through pride, we're not trying to embarrass anybody. We're not trying to make anybody say, we're not asking you to grovel. That's not what we're asking either. Again, I work from a poor kid's heart, so I remember the feeling of first day. And I know the difference of being able to be proud of what you have on and that you have enough. And that's what we're talking about, having enough. So this is acts of kindness for people in need, not of greed. So not just because you want $50 to Walmart, but because you know some people. So here's one for you from the text line. I've been through a kidney transplant, stage 4 cancer. My kids have certainly paid the price over the years, but we've been blessed by many people along the way and would like to do the same. We'd like to donate $50. Let me know if you prefer cash, gift card, or whatever. I can drop off at the studio tomorrow. Keep up the good work. Sean, you are a wonderful ambassador, and good on you. You can get a gift card and drop it off at the studio. Do so. You can drop it off at Tiburon tomorrow if you want to do that as well. We'll be there from 10 to 6, or you can drop it off the station. There'll be 3 people here all day. I do find one, and there's a special case. And Pecan Pie, I'm gonna one up you, brother. There's a young lady that is in mind. I do have permission to do so. So in that particular case, we're going to donate 2 of the gift cards for $100 for that family that you spoke of, and then I will open it up again for the next half hour, all the way up till 5:30. We'll take one more request today. Thursday we will take teachers. And then Friday will be for you. If your situation is tough, your situation is difficult, that you're grown up enough to just reach out, because I don't want you to feel shamed. I don't want you to feel anything other than, you know what, this could help me. And if it's you and your kids, your kids, you want something special, a special pair of shoes, or maybe a couple of pair of pants. Jay, I was laughing earlier because I immediately came to mind with my grandmother, and I had a paper route, and I got my money, and I was like, well, geez, I can help with my school shopping now. And I want to say I was 10 years old. And I said, Grandma, what should I do with my money? And she goes, baby, take care of the important things first. Get your underwear, get your t-shirts, get your socks. Get enough of those that you have enough to get you through the year. And then if you want to get a pair of pants or you want to get a jacket, you go ahead and do it. I was like, all right. And I said, well, what if I want shoes? And she said, you better get back out in them streets and hustle some more of them newspapers.
Right.
You need to get back out there, because them shoes, I wanted a pair of high top Converse Converse to play hoops in. And they, even then, I think they were like $18, maybe. That's how old I am. It was still cheap. But what did you call the bad shoes that like, when you saw somebody without money? We called them wolf dogs.
No, we didn't.
Because
I didn't do nothing like that, man.
Because they would wear out. Because they would wear out, Austin, and the tongue in the shoe would give out first.
Yeah.
And it would always just lean to the side like that.
Yeah, I ain't do nobody like that, man. It's tough out there, man. You can't make fun of nobody like that. It's just,
oh, I got caught, man. I
Yeah.
took heat. I couldn't wait till I had money. Jay. That was it. Like, oh my goodness. When I had enough money to buy so my sophomore year in high school was the first year they had leather Dr. J All-Star Converse. 1977, 78. And I couldn't wait. I collected that money. I believe they were $30. And I saved up, and I was I was on fire. But then I realized I couldn't wear them to school because those were my game shoes. These are Converse. You can't wear your game shoes.
No, you gotta keep those things right. You only start wearing your game shoes until the season's over.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
see, that's CJ.
Yeah, I
Jay.
remember that. I remember the first time I got a pair of Nikes. I swear I could jump like 10 inches.
Right?
behind.
Like you went to the gym, you went to the play.
You couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. And then Mark Macon was one of my favorite college players. So then I wore Adidas.
Temple.
He wore these white high top Adidas. But yeah, I never really capped on anybody that was struggling a little bit. We always tried to make sure that they were good, man. We had a couple cats on the basketball team that didn't wasn't able to have shoes. So we get lucky enough from me, Jamal, Quincy, Leroy, and myself, we had kind of like different size feet. So we all kept our shoes clean.
Yeah.
And so we always hooked up
whoever was next.
Tyrone or whatever.
Whoever was next.
We would plug him in. And so we always kind of looked out for each other. One, because there wasn't a lot of us, so we made sure we always were very protective of each other in that form. but we would cap on each other about now the haircuts and stuff.
Oh, see,
if you came in there with your stuff looking nappy, I'll never forget, man. My boy told me my hair looked like Bob. I said, Bob who? He said, Bob Wire. Brother, that brother's flat top was nappy.
Hey, yo, wait a minute. Your kitchen, bro. Your kitchen.
Yeah.
He goes, the front of the house look good. The kitchen, man. You
Yeah.
gotta get them popping locks in the back by your neck. You gotta get them. Yeah, we would wear you out over that.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time. So it was all good, but glad we got somebody taken care of at the top of the hour. We're gonna talk about the look inside the athletic department, obviously the football, the video. We're gonna talk about Isaac Gifford, the alpha male, and then back there with Husker speed. We're gonna talk about Evan Cooper in the defensive backs, man. I think it's interesting to see what he says or what he did say. And what he mentioned, he said the light bulb's coming on for Tommy Hill. How does that happen?
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen, Austin? The light bulb is on because that thing was flickering last year and it was dim. Jay Foreman, DP, we'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM First, 93.7 The Ticket.
Day by Day is the new documentary about Tom Osborne and the Nebraska Cornhuskers' decades-long pursuit of a national championship. Featuring interviews with former players and coaches, as well as famous fans like Peyton and Archie Manning, Larry the Cable Guy, and numerous NCAA and NFL legends. Day by Day is the riveting, untold story of one of the most dominant, celebrated, and controversial football teams ever. Opening in theaters on August 11th, visit daybydaymovie.com for details.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy-saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Bärschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Bärschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HNHroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Our lives only have so much time. But if you smoke, you have less. Your life could be 10 years shorter. And the time you do have is often filled with health problems, shortness of breath, asthma, COPD, and cancer. But the minute you quit, your body starts healing.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, 5 o'clock hour, 5:30. Royals are going to be trying to hit some home runs. We're going to keep it pushing here. But at the bottom of the hour, we mentioned at the top of the hour, which we're at right now, Old School brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients, 84th and Havelock, and 30th and Yankee Hill. Every type of meat and every type of cut. We are actively working on the Jay Foreman coupon and J-Pon, as they said in the text message yesterday. But Evan Cooper, the defensive back for Nebraska, spoke about he views everybody in his room as a defensive back. He won't catch him calling a player a corner or a safety or a rover very often. He tries to cross-train the safeties and the rovers, and then obviously tries to cross-train the corners, I assume, from right, left corners. And he went on to highlight Tommy Hill. Tommy Hill that came in from Arizona State, starting experience, was, I think he might have been honorable mention All-Pac-12 a couple years ago. Came here, kind of, struggled a little bit with the Big Ten, play. Went to receiver, back to DB, because it was one of those players that everybody probably thought, like, it's going to be interesting to see how he adapts to a coach in an environment that is predicated first and foremost, especially in this first year, on accountability and giving everything you got. And he has seemed to, and especially after you see that first video, I think back in spring, he missed the first practice. Ever since then, I think he's really been knocking it out of the ballpark and is really, I think, becoming somebody that Matt Rule is really, I wouldn't say befriended, but really can feel like good about, because athletic ability, length, playmaking ability, swag with I don't know if they're fake gold teeth or whatever he has. He's got it all as what you want as a DB. Now you're seeing him starting to become a better player and a locker room guy. And Evan Cooper's a part of that, but then also Matt Rule and everybody else down there is that has been in unison in helping that. So it takes a village sometimes to kind of get guys to see the light themselves, and it looks like he's seeing it. Now I think it's more of a habit now, so it's just who he is, right? So it's a different Tommy Hill in 2023 than it was in 2022. I want to ask you guys about, or in particular DP, about cross-training from one position to the other. In your opinion, what do you think the advantages or disadvantages of doing it, in your opinion?
Flexibility, especially in the Big Ten Conference, targeting programs that you've had difficulty beating in previous years.
Sure.
Matching up, again, focus one is beat Minnesota. And in a 5-deep, all Big Ten Conference caliber set of 5 receivers, what you need are 5 guys who can line up anywhere. The easiest thing to defend and attack is when you know where the people are and you know who they are.
Right.
So being able to flop, flip, twist, show up, show out, take a 5 defensive back group that you're going to line up with, use them different ways. All of your rovers become fluid. You can do different things with them. I'm okay with, like, I heard Malcolm Hartzog talk about getting reps at safety and that he was enjoying it. He actually looked forward to it, which is wonderful in theory until you watch the first film from today. And you know what you saw? You saw a big 22 catch him in the middle, but in between the hashes, and boom, lowered the boom.
He ran him over?
Truck, smack.
So you're saying Gabe Irvin Jr., and then is he a junior? ran over Malcolm Hartzog the first.
Whap! Right up the chest.
Did that happen?
Numbers. I'm gonna send it to you. I got no reason to make it
Austin.
up.
I
Yes or
can't
no?
say I saw the same video.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying
You're saying it's fictitious.
I'm not saying it's fictitious. I'm saying I didn't see it.
I'm easy like this.
What do you think, Austin? What do you think about the cross training?
I think it makes sense. I
Yeah.
think it's better. I'm a sucker for positional versatility, whether it's baseball, basketball, football. I don't care. I love guys that can do multiple things.
Right.
You know, especially when you're on the road, your roster's limited.
That's true.
You got to have guys that can fill in an emergency. So I'm a sucker for cross training versatility, all that stuff. I think once you get closer to the season, that's probably when you bear down, hey, this is where you're most likely expected to play. But, you know, try it in spring ball, see if a guy takes to it, work drills that work both ways in the summer. Once you get kind of like you said to moving day and beyond, though, I'd probably focus on one position.
Yeah, I think from my experience, this is one thing that Coach Darlington did a really good job, which helped me when I went to the NFL, is when we brought in kind of more NFL type of coverages, right? It demanded everybody, at least for me, I had to know everybody's position. I had to know what the corner was doing. I didn't know what the safety was doing, the Will and Sam. I had to know everything. But then it allowed me if a team shifted and somebody didn't shift or the right check, I knew where to line up, right? And then I knew their responsibility. Now, how can this help the defensive backs? I think if you just say you got your two corners, right?
Hold on, Jay Foreman. I want you.
I know I could do that.
I
could do two things at the same time. Just turn your screen over here.
I just want you.
I'm gonna be the judge of this.
I just want to,
I just see a bunch of heads getting busted by them black. That's all I see.
That's not a head bust right there. That's not a head bust.
I don't see nothing.
You saw that. You saw it. You saw it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you don't see what I see.
Hey, a piece of lint flat.
Look, and I'm not mad at nobody.
Somebody came up to you.
Listen. You must respect my authority. You see, authority. You see what it is, and there's a lot of gold in this thing, right? Watching who lined up with who played against who did what with who. But in that space, right? You see who getting hyped and who not, right?
Yeah, I can tell you one thing right now. Boy, I would be trying to knock Gabe Irvin's head off.
Clean off, right?
You never ran over one of my DBs like that, man.
But isn't that the challenge? Gabe Irvin win a rep, DB win the next one?
Nah, you ain't beating up on my little brother like that, dog. First of all, the linebackers and D-line, that dude didn't get touched until he got back to. So if I'm mad at, if anybody needs to be mad, it's Malcolm Hartzog. I'm here to cover.
Kind of like a guy that doesn't call out a pick.
Yeah.
Well, you walking out here, and this is the thing. Again, he not the biggest dude. I like him out in space.
He could have easily chopped him down now. So let's be honest now.
Well,
don't be falling in love with the Husker tape. You're not going to chop your own player down.
Look, man, what I saw.
See, that's how you get people out there to get the ACL blown. Nah, you don't lay the boom on them like that. You don't do that. You don't, because I guarantee you, I used to call them street sweepers, and start taking your legs out. You're gonna be soft. Listen. You do it you go to the brink of destruction.
Texter says it 100% happened. I saw it, DP.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Make of it what you will.
Right.
If you're going to be fluid with defensive backs, which is, again, as Austin said, being able to have that flexibility. I love the matchap. I love being able to move chess play pieces.
I ain't hearing that. That dude 175 pounds, but
if you're gonna play Minnesota and you're gonna put a star caliber player in the slot, which puts, if you're really good, you're gonna move Hartzog on the slot, and then if I run him in motion, or I leave him sitting and I pull and make him be the guy that has to fill in the run game, which Minnesota absolutely does, guess what? That's what's going to happen.
That's not what's going to happen.
Okay. I'm just.
That's not what's going to happen.
No, I'm not saying he gets run over. I'm just saying he's going to have to tackle in traffic.
He can tackle, but you just not going to just run through there and impede, because here's how it could be flipped. That tight end comes across and he gets hang out to dry. I can knock him out the game. First of all, he'd be out for the season.
Yeah.
You practice until you don't take shots like that. You thud up. You don't bike anybody like that. Now, Malcolm Hartzog, you came up there in it's nature versus nurture. He's 225 against 185. Your legs, then you do your homeboy, your legs. You gotta thud up and run your legs. Okay, then you wouldn't have got ran over. You know, you could be on the side and then you have to allocate him down. And if we really got to get jiggy with it, I could just DDT you through the ground, and I can guarantee you're gonna think twice about doing it the next time. So you got caught slipping with your weapon. You got pimp slap, but also don't think you need a takeout order on his lower extremities next time. Because as funny as you laughing right now, though.
Look, I'm a running back at heart.
But
there's a part. Like at heart. Look, anytime
at heart, you ain't gonna be laughing if you're in the training room and you can't play.
Oh, but I mean, it's wait a minute. This is from Black Shirt Jay Foreman telling me we need to tiptoe and patty cake.
No, I'm not saying that because
because
if you catch a pass and you're extended, I'm not going to take you up.
You're not putting them on the ground. I'm not trying to put the defender on the ground. I am trying to run the way I run, and if I'm a physical runner, which is what Nebraska's talking about, what they're going to do, we're going to be a power running team. We're going to use
that's why you offensive guys can't be trusted. That's
like a linebacker.
That's why I don't mess with you offensive guys, and that's why I don't trust you guys. Because at the end of the day, the rules are always changing based on how you feel. I can guarantee you, if you caught one and you turned around and I'm coming full speed and my face mask is going right underneath your chin, and I'm driving you into the ground like.
Well, but I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn how to protect myself. What is it? Control your weapons.
You ain't protecting.
Control your weapons. They said, and it's the thing. Control your weapons. And he's not trying to hurt, dude. He runs physical football.
It's gonna be physical, all right.
And what it say in basketball? Mouse in the house. What you doing in here? What you doing in here? Like if Rico that's like Rico.
You can't trust no.
That's like
guy,
Jay Foreman posting up, and Rico go down the box, and Rico decided he gonna body up on Jay Foreman. You know what's gonna happen?
How much do I have to pay to make that happen?
Right.
But
you know what's gonna happen?
Listen, at the end of the day, here's the conclusion. This is the conclusion for you people out there. Okay, you cannot trust offensive players when it comes to physicality.
It's in the name. It's in the name.
Yeah,
offense. It's in the name.
You can't, because as soon as they start getting hit, they start complaining. And then as soon as they think they can, here's what the problem is. All right. And this is where the the running back coach, has got to temper their expectations. They're going to play that play up in the running back meeting. And every running back going to get hype. And it's going to be played. And they ain't worried about all the other plays that they got stopped for no gain. They worried about that play.
You know who he gonna blame for this? See, he was listening to the ticket one afternoon, and somebody on this show was talking about he ain't gonna be the starter. And you know what dude was like? He was like, "Oh, you defensive dudes think I'm not the one? Let me go ahead and turn this." Matter of fact, and this was in the first round.
Okay, hey, listen, I got before. I didn't got ran over before. It's happened. It's gonna happen. I done got caught slipping before. Chris Dishman got me when I wasn't looking, but let me tell you something, man.
Phil says, Jay's right. When an offensive player lights somebody up on defense, even in practice, fans and coaches can't get enough of it. Think it's awesome. On the flip side, when a defensive player lights up some diva skill position player, everybody loses their minds. It's too violent.
Well, because I'm selling tickets and
y'all ain't selling no tickets, man. Y'all can't get past the 50.
You know who you gonna see on the game ticket and the game program? You know who they coming to?
That's fine. That's great, man.
Let's go down to the store.
I know exactly where your guys.
Let's go down to the store and see which whether the offensive jerseys sell more or the defensive jerseys sell more.
You know what would be doing? I can tell you, if I'm coaching defense, listen, we're going to scrimmage. There ain't no brother-in-law.
This was a scrimmage. This was a scrimmage.
Well, I said, if I'm the coach, listen here. You already know what they're going to try to do. Don't hit them low. Knock their head smooth off.
Yeah, take the shot.
Okay,
take the
body
shot.
I want you horizontal. He come through there. Forget thudding him up. I want you horizontal.
But you seen the upper body on Gabe Irvin these days.
And that's where you hit it.
Big enough or too big?
You see,
But see, this is the thing. The DP, you don't understand. That's exactly where you hit him. You hit him dead in his head, and I can guarantee you, he gonna come in there trying to be shaking and baking. Because you next time. Do not do that, because I'm telling you, I was going up the game. Okay, you got a little dude over there. Come over and get some of this. Come and get some of this right here. Do that right here. Because you done did that to my boy. Do this right here to me. Okay? Because I'm waiting for you. Okay? I don't want you to see you over there.
Waiting.
I don't want you over there with EJ Barthel, dapping up. Because now he the all-star of the thing. Right?
Got him.
See?
Got him. That's what.
Now you got the extra water
Look,
break.
now he got to be Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me what I'm going to do.
Right.
I'm going to.
Right.
No, see, the dudes who make the play.
Right. And but see, the thing is, it might not be today.
Fiction.
See, that's the thing. It might not be today. But there's going to be another scrimmage.
I love this so much.
And
I love this so much. Listen, because I was like, even, and again, we're scarred by who we were, right? and you always had to run. Like, I had to run against first team defense as a sophomore. So I was like, listen, y'all beat me up. Y'all give me no love. When you gave me a second or third team when I was a junior starter, you gave me one of them backup dudes. Guess what? I was going to eat. Everybody got to pay. I brought receipts to practice.
You a bully.
I bought receipts to practice.
You bullying kids. You bullying kids, man. That's the problem right there, man. See, that's the thing, man. Listen, I ain't playing that, man.
Oh man,
boy, Gabe, you lucky I ain't got the pads on, dog.
Right?
You ain't gonna do one of my boys like that, man. So and then I'm gonna be mad at Malcolm. I'm gonna be mad at Gabe on the field, but Malcolm, we're gonna listen here, dog.
Oh,
Thud him up, run them feet, dog. Grab on until you get the cavalry there. You know what I mean?
He said, hang on, baby.
Hang on.
We're going for a ride. Going for a ride.
Listen, the object of tackling is to get the guy on the ground. It don't matter how pretty it is.
What percentage of your practices were thud up versus horizontal? What was the rule? What's the line?
I mean, we tackle some, but I think if you practice the right way, you obviously want to get some live stuff in there. But I think if you practice the right way and thud up and because you're going to go 100 miles an hour in the game. So, you can be physical and keep everybody up. But he just got caught slipping, man.
Teacher, student. Lesson learned. Like what KRS want to say? You must learn. You got it's
gonna happen.
Gotta learn now.
Learn now. Listen, I can tell you like this: if you're not playing football, if you play football the right way, you're gonna get got.
Yeah. 100%.
You're gonna get got.
100%.
So that's all right though. But back to the cross training thing is one of the best things that you can do as a defense is not give a tip to an offense or coordinator or quarterback or receivers what type of coverage you are based on motion or shifts.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can just stay pat, that's why the Patriots, when they were really good on defense and other teams really good, nobody moved, because I have to know if I'm say there's I'm to the boundary, right? Or say I'm in the middle and say the formation or strength is away from me, but then they shift somehow, I become to the strength. And so that means, we got to communicate. I know what I'm doing. And same thing with and here's where it really can, if you can get three guys back there that can communicate and be very effective at playing all the roles. And so whether you think if it's Singleton, let's just look at who Matt Rule talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Singleton, Gifford, Omar Brown, right? So just say regular formation, 11 personnel. I don't know, just say it's, slot, just 11 personnel, tight end, receiver, slot, whatever. And so then say the rover is to the slot, right? Well, then they motion, okay, over. So instead of having to have your slot or your rover run over with the motion, you can have your other safety go down and play rover, and then have your other two safeties play whatever coverages, whether it's man zone, catch man, you could play soft zone, soft man. You could do whatever you want. If you get three guys who can do it, it gives you more flexibility, because you can go from the blitzer on one side to the dropper to the blitzer, and then you can run combinations. Then if you have somebody that might be more effective blitzer, you can bring in what they call a rock and roll, right? One up, one down. One guy can go blitz. So it really gives you some flexibility. But ultimately, like Austin said as well, along with DP, when you get on them planes and you're going to, in this case, Minneapolis or any place, especially in a hostile environment with a smaller roster, you have to have guys that know not only those three positions in the back end, but in the pinch can play some sort of corner as well. So a good job for, Evan Cooper. They're trying to get those guys ready. Tommy Hill gives you some flexibility as well, size-wise. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. They got, they're just in the second week of the camp, just through day 2 of this week. Got probably 4 more practices the rest of the week because they go all the way to Sundays off. So we're going to go to break, send you guys to the Royals game, see if they can hit some home runs, get it going. This is Jay Foreman, Austin, and DP. We will holla.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 Oak Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Price Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come with both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HNHRoofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
Day by Day is the new documentary about Tom Osborne and the Nebraska Cornhuskers' decades-long pursuit of a national championship. Featuring interviews with former players and coaches, as well as famous fans like Peyton and Archie Manning, Larry the Cable Guy, and numerous NCAA and NFL legends. Day by Day is the riveting, untold story of one of the most dominant, celebrated, and controversial football teams ever. Opening in theaters on August 11th, visit daybydaymovie.com for details.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back on the stream, bringing you all the gleam like my man Marty Schartenheimer used to talk about before a game. He used to talk about the gleam. Listen, man, we got a text message. I hope you listening. Unknown texter 2320. He said he wanted to hear the end of Jay's story about getting lit up by Dishman. You sound like you friends with Dishman. Here's what happened.
See?
Here's exactly what happened, man. I just was getting baptized into playing middle linebacker, and I was scraping on these cats like Hardy Nickerson. You know who Hardy Nickerson is?
I know who Hardy Nickerson
He's the
is.
and T.O. was. This is when T.O. was like, I don't want you to get any like taunting penalties, and I was just wolfing and wolfing and wolfing. And so they had ran this play kind of like I call it a jailbreak screen. So when you have linemen that can pull like Nebraska, they would generally kick out the corner and cut it back up, right? Well, what happened is our defensive end, who I won't say, he just kept pass rushing. Like, dog, the play's over here. You kept pass rushing. So the ball is gone. He trying to sack the quarterback. So Dishman's looking for work. So I slid in behind. So the way that you stop it, if you're smart, when it's blocked correctly, is you just trail the tackle because he going to block DP. Then you just come off. You just be making tackles, right? Well, here come Dishman, and so the receiver kind of like twisted, and then I let him go just because we weren't going all the way to the ground. And then so as I was going back to like which would be my left right here, Dishman got me. Here's the bigger problem. Okay, Dishman was about 340. Okay, but not overweight. Athlete, played in the league a while. Okay, this is when their daily Nebraskan was alive and functioning. Somehow, whoever this was got me after he hit me, and I was like, looked like I got ejected. Oh, I was horizontal, Austin, and he hit me, and I was laid back. Boy, I told Dishman, I said, listen here, man, this guy's my witness. I don't care. I said, I'm going to get you back. And so he ended up going to the league. So we're about to play Arizona Cardinals on a Sunday night. I think Sunday night. Because, yeah, Makovica was there. Either a Sunday night or a Thursday. I know it was a night game in Arizona. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm about to rock the mic on him. You know what I mean? Because I already been going against Jamie Nails, who was like 6'6", like 360, button impressing. I was literally thinking about it the whole flight. Like, I'm about to blow Dishman's out the head off. Man, I look over, the dude ain't playing.
Laughing too.
He the last, like, you know, I told you could be an inactive or game inactive. Yeah, man, he must have ate something bad or something, got a little stomach ache. Ain't never get to get.
You looking over?
Told coach, not coach. I'm good this week.
No, he didn't do it. I mean, so you get caught slipping, man. He got me, man. And you know, luckily it wasn't on video, like on the internet like this. But it definitely was in Daily Nebraska, and I saw it, and I'll never forget it, man. I was over there at the training table, and everybody knew that I took that stuff. I was prideful, and they knew because I chased Chevin Wiggins for a whole practice, literally. Chased him for a whole practice, and Chevin was way faster than me. But if the play going this way and I seen Chevin, I'm going that way because he got me right. He got me when he got me. Like I was just running to a play and he just came and bumped me, and he started laughing. I was like, chase him.
How does Shevin feel about being most famous for dropping a pass?
Shevin?
Yeah.
He ain't dropped no pass. What pass did he
In
drop?
the end zone against Missouri? Then kicks it up?
That's a great assist. What you talking about?
How does he feel about that being his most famous moment?
Man, that should be great because you know what? Matt Davidson should be giving him some residuals.
Yeah, they were talking about that the other night on Heart of a Husker. Rashawn was talking to him about it. He was actually bringing it up, saying, "Well, you know, for all of that moment, he got very little hype. Without him, it doesn't happen. And
Without him flailing and kicking his legs up, there's no Matt Davis. So Shevin should feel good about it. He helped us win it.
Frenchie Fuqua was still getting paid for the immaculate catch, immaculate reception.
But I always tell people
like his family's still getting paid.
There was still a third down. We would have scored again. But anyways, though, so I'm sitting over at the training table, Austin. Man, and back then, the brothers would clown you, man. You always had to be on your P's and Q's because somebody finds something, they're gonna put you up on the whiteboard or do something. My man Tony Ortiz. See, that there's one thing about Tony Ortiz is he was my roommate, right? And Tony Ortiz was the jokester. So I was a serious one, Tony Ortiz, and then we lived with this dude named Aaron Wills, who just wouldn't. His brother can't get right. Just wouldn't do nothing right. His dad would be calling us like, "Where's Aaron? Supposed to be home." Aaron was just wide open, right? He lived with us. We were trying to get him in the straight and narrow. That arrow was pointing all the way over to York, Nebraska. It's supposed to be in Lincoln. So Tony moves in, and we live in these apartments. So Tony think he's funny. So he knew on Sundays I like to sleep in a little bit and watch NFL football. So Tony, and I get up. I was getting up at 8 or whatever, and Tony he put on this like Halloween mask, right? Scary mask, and he comes over to the side of my bed and wakes me up, and I get scared, and I punch him, black eye. But me and Tony are best friends. So then Tony, this happens. He comes over, and he must have been watching when I was getting up and stuff. So I come back, I get my training table. They give it back. Then we had trays and all that other stuff. And there is the Daily Nebraska sitting there, right? And everybody's looking to see how I'm gonna react. Tony's nowhere to be found.
Shocker.
And here comes Tony. Debo, what's happening? At that point you gotta start laughing, but I was upset about that, man. I was not a happy camper. So Malcolm Hartzell gonna get his get back, man. I gotta get my get back.
He's still plotting.
No, he ain't plotting nothing because he ain't gonna be able to get Gabe. You better get Nick Heinrich and them to be butting and thudding him up.
Years later.
Do Nick's laundry for a week, say, I got you, you get him.
I look at it like this. If when you playing, and it's a good look, to be honest with you, you want sometimes where the offense gets the defense bounce, but you want the competition to be good because that's where you're getting some two teams that are, doing, good things. In all honesty, as a defensive player, the running back's supposed to run him over. Me in the open field against Barry Sanders, because I saw Barry Sanders finally in Detroit getting a statue outside the stadium. Like, are you kidding me? Like, how long does it take? I know there's a little tangent, but just now you decide to put Barry Sanders, the best running back in your history, the Mr. Detroit. Mm-hmm. You finally decide to put a statue of him outside of Ford Field, and you didn't do it in connection to when you built that stadium. Yeah. Like, well, okay, it's been done. Like, me and Barry Sanders in the open field, he should be embarrassing me. He would do something that I ain't never seen before. Gabe should ran Malcolm over, right? Mm-hmm. But in reality is, for a running back at 225 pounds that could pick him up and put him down like Gabe, to be able to do one cut and get to full speed unimpeded to our DB, that's whose fault that is? That's my fault. That's DP's fault if he's a tackle. It's your fault if you're an end. We need to clean that up, right? Yeah, he got clowned, and it's going to happen, though, right? Like I said, the reason why I used to go at Eddie George, there's two reasons I went at Eddie George as hard as I did. Okay, well, three, actually. This thing, next thing you know, I'll start telling the story before. Number one, we had the same agent, right? So it was Peter Schaefer and Lamont Smith. So Lamont pretty much had all the big time guys, Eddie George. He had Barry Sanders, a lot of the Broncos because they were based out of Denver. So all those guys, and then Peter was kind of like they're a great partnership, right? So we went and did this kind of. Lamont used to do this thing for the agency where you wasn't like really. It was just a get together, veterans and us, rookies coming. So you nervous, I mean, look, first of all, we worried about the combine, where we're going to get drafted. We're still in the middle of training. And Eddie George was like, "Oh, you from Nebraska, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, nice to meet you, man." He looked me up and down, was like, "Yeah, I won the Heisman." I was like, "Oh no." So, bro, I was thinking about something like, "Bro, I'm gonna kill you," right? So then he kind of like, he big time me a little bit, right? And then he can't, he kind of punked us. He punked me a little. I'll admit it. He big time me and punked me some, right? But I never forgot it though. So that's number one. So now see now it's personal. Okay. Number two, he won a fictitious Heisman. That should be Tommy Frazier's Heisman. So now, just like Malcolm Hartzog, I got to get some get back from my boy, right? Number three, okay, which is probably the most important. All right. When I was in Houston, my first year in Houston, I talk about this play sometime. Like I was going up against Benji Olsen, who was a big, thick old like guard. He was like Quentin Nelson, not as athletically gifted, but big old physical guard. And they had another tackle from Florida named Zach Pillar. Them two dudes thought they were like, who they thought they were, DP? They thought they were Hall and Nash. That's exactly who they thought they were.
Makes sense.
That they thought, and they were, and they would always go to Nashville to the WCW.
Right.
So they really thought they were some tough, and they were tough dudes, right?
Yeah.
So they used to run this kind of like inside zone scoop block. Well, Gary Walker decides to get double scoop. So that means he absolutely did nothing. That means here comes one's 330, Zach Pillar 3-something. And here I am at 242, right? So I take on one, and I got Benji right here, and Zach they essentially double team me, and then Zach went off and probably, blocked the DB or linebacker, right? Gary Walker just went on his face, right? You should have seen the tape. So it looked like a coaching tape like no other. Here's a dumb D lineman on his face, scoop block into the linebacker. Well, Nashville, Tennessee's field at that time, late in the year, was notoriously beat up and dry and like kind of dusty. And I'll never forget. So we were playing the 3:00 game. So we're in the second half. So it's getting a little dark or whatever. So I'm on Benji Olsen. They ran this play, and I still remember. I still remember it to this day. Got into Benji good and was in survival mode, and I was throwing him off, and I slipped. And here come Eddie George. And you know what was going through my mind? Like, oh, you know what?
Not like this.
Here he comes, a full head of steam. And it's either I got to make the tackle, but I know I'm going to get ran over. Man, when I tell you this man ran me over, DP, and you talk about hold on, one arm, he hit me, ran over, and I just luckily, and you know what is, I got shocked a little bit, and then I just reached back and grabbed. I don't know how I grabbed his foot, grabbed him, and he dragged me for like, it seemed like forever. Like when you're back of it, like a old wagon in the Westerns. Got him on the ground, and because my other DB Wolfman Eric Brown came over and hit him pretty hard, but then he would get up wolfing. I mean, just stomp it, this, and this, and look at, talking. I mean, because he ran me over, and I was hot. First of all, I'm embarrassed. So they end up winning that game, and I had a Nextel phone. Nextel, because I liked it because it was cheap, and I could chirp everybody, and you could talk. It was walkie-talkie. I had 50 voicemails, easily 50 voicemails. Dog, what happened? I seen you. What happened? You all right? Click. Yo, OV called me, told me what happened. You good? Click. I mean, that. So ever since then, I was like, oh, I'm head hunting. So we played them later on in that season, and we played them in Houston. And this is
home turf.
Yeah. Oh, it was cracking. And I knew they were going to run it. So they ran the same play opposite. And I got to find this picture. Eddie George is is running, I'm horizontal. First play of the game. Hey, he was like, "Oh, you come?" Like, yeah. It was like, I'm back, baby. You know what I mean? And the funny thing about it, DP in Austin, Steve McNair was the quarterback, and he used to always, like, when he scored touchdown, throw at the Q dogs and stuff. So I went over to Steve McNair and threw the Q dogs up on him.
See, but you had to.
So, but then ever since then, me and Eddie George went at it.
So I'm vexed about Eddie George. As a fan, vexed, terribly vexed, because at Ohio State, I didn't want to give him respect at Ohio State.
He was a great player.
Right?
He was a great player.
I didn't want to give him respect.
At everywhere he went, he was a great player. Yeah.
But I did. And then what he did with the Titans, because it was him and McNair, and they made me root for him until they got to Baltimore. And what that Baltimore defense did to him, I felt bad for him. I felt bad for him.
What Ray Lewis did to him in the AFC Championship, you felt bad to him. But I'm going to tell you this about Eddie George, though. And see, this, when I saw that what Ray Lewis did, that just gave me more fuel to the fire. But he got the get back against Ray Lewis the next year when he finished the game out with a separated shoulder. He got much respect, man. Got much respect from me. He was a great player. But T. Frazier, if you listen, I got to get back on him, man, for both of us. But hey, as much as you laughing at Malcolm Hartsfield, I got got by Eddie George, and it was 80,000 people was like, oh, the whole place. And here's the problem: just like they running in the running back room, they ran that dang play up there from every angle. The side angle, they had the side, like the view of the field view. They had the behind the line of scrimmage view and the defensive view. Now everybody got to see that play 3 or 4 times before they run the play again because it was a first down.
He got ex-girlfriends in Minneapolis.
Got me. Man, I mean, I remember when my cousin used to call me after the game. He was like, "Dog, what happened?" And it was just pure silence. And I just went off on him. Like, didn't you watch? Yeah, he got me. He's like, "You all right?" He's like, "Man, I just said click." I didn't call him back for like 3 days. He kept calling me. I was like, "No,
leave me alone. Leave me alone. I got God. Leave me alone."
Yeah, man. So Malcolm, I'm with you, my brother. I feel your pain. You're gonna get busy. I mean, I always talk another thing, man. I'll tell you real quick, man. Antoine Randall L. Hey,
former
man,
quarterback.
Hey, former quarterback. My jockstrap's still up in Pittsburgh. He was zigging, I was zagging. He was zigzagging, and I was zigzagging. And for whatever reason, Vic Fangio will always want to put me on like the dudes that I shouldn't be on. Marvin Harrison, Antoine Randall L. Like, dog, come on, man. Like, you paying all these DBs all this money, and you got me covering these dudes. So we ran this like zone blitz, and he liked to do stuff because he knew like I would be okay with doing like more. So you'd start on one side of the formation, and then I would buzz the flat on the other side of the formation. Well, he over there. So now I'm buzzing the flat. That's great if it's Heath Schuler or somebody like that, or like Mark Bruner, a tight end that can't do anything, or like even Jerome Bettis or somebody. That's great. There's Antoine Randall L. So we blitzing. So it was Greg Maddox then. He just dumped it off. And then, my boy Joey Porter was over there because we were friends from the combine.
Oh, Tommy Maddox. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, Tommy Maddox.
Tommy
Maddox.
I was trying to think of that roster.
Tommy Maddox. Yeah, Tommy Maddox. And I can't. So he wanted me to drop with depth, then come with depth. Came down with depth. Thought I was going to kill grass. I mean, it looked like his head was going one way. The body was going the other. The feet went over. I just kept running. Joey Porter was like, "Dog, what happened?" Yeah, he was like, "Foreman, he got you." I was like, I looked back and I was like, "Yeah, he got me." You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just kept it running. Just kept it moving.
Look, run away from the scene of the crime, man. You never.
Sideline is that way.
You ain't gonna look. You can have my jockstrap. You ain't gonna have my ACLs out there on Heinz Field, man. But story time. Jay Foreman, DP. We're gonna go to a break and come right back, man. Embarrassing moments, but it's all good. It's part of the game. We'll be right back.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? Worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're
definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yes, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Back to old school with DP&J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, man, this thing right here, we're going into break, but I was reading this article right here. Is Noah? Did you see a thing about Noah Polar Gates? Talking about why he transferred.
What did he say?
Said Matt Rule. He said it was a good conversation with Matt Rule. Matt Rule told him to go be great and be a star player. Because obviously somewhere else goes. Or Polar Gates said the Lobos and the Huskers run the same version of 3-3-5. He said it's the exact same defense, blitz, and everything. The only thing that's different is that the verbiage and terminology they use. So I love him in the time in Nebraska, 5 tackles. He initially entered the transfer portal in late April. It's pretty good, though. Look, man, that's one thing you say. Coach, be honest with you. Go be great. It's not going to work out here. And he found a nice little home.
Comfortable. He seems to like it. All of his social media engagement seems to say
He's wearing number 3.
Seems to feel like he's in a good spot. He'll get on the field.
Austin,
if
you were playing football, what number would you wear?
I would.
You wear JJ Redick's. You look like a JJ Redick type of dude when you play football. You look like you'd be a corner or a safety and give everybody the business afterward. You look like a John Lynch. Yeah,
that's what I got.
You John Lynch.
Quarterback underthrew him by 10 yards.
You skinny version of John Lynch.
Yeah, John Lynch.
You know who he is from the Redskins? Brad Edwards.
Yeah,
because Brad was
Mark Murphy.
Yeah,
Mark Murphy.
That's you.
Mark Murphy.
You got some homework.
And now,
and
now he's Mark Murphy. He's a leader in that college athletics. He in a little trouble right about now. They coming after him a little bit.
Mark,
both him and Brad, like both of them are collegiate athletic directors.
But Mark Murphy's with the
Players Association.
No, he's with Green Bay.
I thought is he the president?
Yeah.
GM? Yeah.
But they on him from the stuff he did when he was in college.
Yeah, and it was, let's say, that's why the college reference. And then Brad Edwards was with George Mason. Actually, he was working alongside of Darryl Green at George Mason University Athletics.
That's Austin right there. You look
the answer
like,
to you those either 3, 5, or 7.
Why?
5's always been my favorite number.
What's 3?
3's just cool.
And 7?
7 just cool. It's a good
7
football
points?
number. Yeah.
I wore 3 in baseball. What would
you do if you was a DB though?
If I was a defensive back. Well, I still would have wore 26. I would have wore 26. The semi-pro league, the flag league, folks go and play just to get out there. It was a national level league, and I ended up playing safety, and I loved it because I thought like a wide receiver. I'm like, okay, what are they trying to do? Oh, I'm just going to run the route better than he do.
Right.
Because my high school coach would never let me play defense. He's like, look, you're going to get 30 touches. Like, no, we need you. You just chill. Just chill. And I would have been our best corner. There's no question I'd have been our best corner. But he was like, nope. You kick returns, punt returns. You're going to run some. You're going to catch some passes. You're going to block a lot. Yeah, just lead that defense a little.
I feel you, man. You let Ron Brown bring you here, you be cut blocking.
That's we ran the
like
wishbone.
VJ was cut blocking.
Yeah, we ran the wishbone.
When you were tight end, he was cut blocking.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what though, VJ he used to try to be physical though.
I can see that.
But the thing about VJ though, here's the thing about VJ that was so good about VJ. He would always get practice cracking.
Talking.
And that's it, because you had to be on your P's and you had to be on your P's and Q's. Because when VJ got on you, he was relentless. So and he'd be the dude you wanted to chase for 2 or 3 weeks.
I would have nicknamed. I have a feeling if I had known him in college, I'd have nicknamed him the Junkyard Dog.
VJ when he went to tight end. I think
Junkyard
he
Dog.
was physical. He did his thing.
Yeah, like it's like every dog needs a bone to chew on. That's for Sean. That is for Sean.
Rashawn used to talk a lot of noise. Him and Farley. We all did.
I have no.
But
doubt.
we did it in good taste though.
Why? Because you had an overseer. You had a dude looking over, like he peeking over the fence with that bullhorn, like them stairs.
We did it for.
All he had
other.
to do was say stairs.
we did it for each other though. But Rashawn would get practice cracking.
Run the stadium.
He would keep practice live though.
Well, y'all had a good run. That's
yeah.
And the fact that you're still brothers to this day, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, when you go through the grind together, man, you ain't got no choice but to be close. You ain't got no choice. Either we gonna do this or individually we are not gonna be successful.
Well, y'all got along and you won. That other part matters.
We got along, we fought each other, but come Saturdays, it was one. All for one, one for all.
Yeah.
Good show today. Story time.
Tiburon tomorrow.
Tiburon is on and popping from 10 to 6. We're broadcasting from Tiburon. The first annual Big Red Brunch golf outing. Tiburon in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
Come one, come all. You can still support. You can come out and hang out with us. And
you can donate too.
You can donate and pick up some autographs, take pictures, and all that stuff, man. So we'll be up there from 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 at night.
That's it.
That's 9 hours.
Long good day.
We're gonna be there. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We signing off. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? Worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides. Shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yes, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and
Lions or Vikings, and I truly view it as Super Bowl or bust. The NFC South, forget about it. The winner of that division may be 8-9. Like it